What's something you did that made your parents instantly regret grounding you? When I was 16, my parents grounded me so hard it felt like I was living in solitary confinement. To be fair, I'd earned part of it. I told them I was spending the night at my best friend Lily's house to study. The truth? I went to a late-night party with a guy I'd been talking to for weeks. I got home at 1:47 a.m., shoes in one hand, phone dimmed to the lowest brightness. I quietly unlocked the back door, stepped inside, and every light downstairs switched on. My mom was sitting on the couch. My dad stood behind her, casually holding my phone charger. My stomach sank. Dad looked at me and said, "So, how was that study session?" They already knew. My location had updated. Even worse, Lily's mom had texted mine asking if we needed a ride home. I was caught before I even made it inside. Dad stayed calm. Mom didn't. She wasn't yelling. She used that disappointed parent voice that somehow hurts even more. She kept asking, "Do you realize how worried we were?" Then Dad confiscated everything. My phone, my laptop, my headphones, the TV remote. He even removed my bedroom door. Yes, seriously. 3 weeks grounded. School and home. Nothing else. No friends, no internet, no exceptions. At first I was furious, then bored, then completely miserable. I started counting random things in my room. Ceiling marks, books, cracks in the wall, anything to pass the time. Outside, life kept going. People laughed. Cars came and went. Group chats kept buzzing without me. I felt completely forgotten. By the second week, I started watching the neighborhood from my window. One afternoon, I noticed something strange. Lily's car was in the driveway, but before my phone was taken, she'd texted that she was staying late for practice. Her parents' cars were gone. The garage door was halfway open. I ignored it. Later, I checked again. Nothing had changed. Garage open. No movement. That evening, my parents left to pick up my brother from a tournament. Before leaving, Dad pointed upstairs. "Stay in your room." Then he added, "Being grounded doesn't mean we've stopped trusting you." That almost made me laugh. Grounding existed because they didn't trust me. About 10 minutes after they left, I looked outside again. The garage was still open. The lights were still on. Something didn't feel right. I tried to ignore it. Then I remembered Lily had asthma. She was often home alone after school. I convinced myself I'd be gone for 2 minutes. Just across the street and back. I opened the front door. Instant guilt. I could already picture getting caught. I crossed over. The garage was open. The front door was unlocked. Inside, silence. Too much silence. I called her name. Nothing. Then I heard a faint scratching sound upstairs. Then nothing again. I ran. Her bedroom was empty. Bathroom empty. Then I opened her parents' room and froze. Lily was lying on the floor. She was awake. Barely. Her inhaler was beside her. Her lips didn't look right. She was trying to breathe but couldn't. I panicked. I grabbed the inhaler. Empty. She pointed toward her backpack with shaking hands. I found a spare inhaler and helped her sit up. Still nothing. I called emergency services. The operator asked if she could speak. She couldn't. Her eyes started rolling back. I honestly thought she was dying. The operator kept telling me to stay calm. Those 6 minutes felt like forever. Finally, the paramedics arrived. One rushed to help Lily. Another looked at me and asked, "Who found her?" I raised my hand. He nodded and quietly said, "You got here just in time." I'll never forget those words. Then I remembered my parents. My phone started vibrating. They had come home early and found me gone. Dad had left 3 voicemails. The first was angry. The second was furious. The third was scared. I called him back. He answered instantly. "Where are you?" Before I could explain, Lily's mom arrived and gently took the phone. She told him everything. Silence. About 20 minutes later, my parents arrived. Mom looked like she'd been crying. Dad hugged me. That alone felt strange. We were never a hugging family. The drive home was completely quiet. Finally, Dad spoke. "I still wish you hadn't left." He paused. But if you hadn't, he didn't need to finish. The next morning, my bedroom door was back. My phone was returned, and the grounding was officially over.